what I've heard so far. Thanks for giving me a moment. And speaking of communications, we do need to have an emergency meeting and figure out what we're going to do with the Judases of our species. And we're going to start with Chris Carter. But back to the show, though.
Wow.
He sold his mom out on ESPN.
Wow.
Word, I saw that.
Hey, but let's tie that in. That's a good point, Bobby. Let's tie that in.
To be in good favor with Massa.
Let me just tell you right now. If it wasn't for technology, would we know about the Jay-Z and Solange elevator fight?
Right.
Would we know about the Ray Rice punch to his wife's jaw? First off, we knew Ray Rice punched his wife before we even saw the second video, because the first video showed him dragging her out of the damn elevator. Did we need to see the video to actually know that that's what was cracking? We knew something like that happened. So again, technology. And let me say this. I'm going to question the timing of the release of the Ray Rice video. And I'm saying that because I'm not saying I condone it. I'm not saying I condone domestic violence. Listen, I've been a part of domestic violence.
What, you got beat up?
I done got smacked, and I done grabbed and choked and pushed and did some of that shit myself.
They coming to get you.
So let me just, I gotta keep it real. I'm a fucking human being, and I got flaws, and I've been on both sides of that coin. But I do know not every person who, or every couple that deals with domestic violence is dealing with a O.J. Simpson or dealing with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Not everyone. We're a very ignorant society. We don't have enough knowledge about certain things, and they play to our locked-in beliefs. Right. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's interesting that video came out when it did. It came out right after September 8th, when all the black people were coalescing together in protest of Ferguson, protesting big companies, and next thing you know, let's put this shit out. Listen, the NFL already had the video in April. Everybody already had it, and everybody already seen it. So it comes out right when we decide to come together.
I have a question for you, Zoe.
Think about that.
So you're saying they threw us off because you haven't heard of the Ferguson word since. That's the new story.
That's right.
That's the new story.
Okay, let me tell you the next news story is ISIS.
How about it?
We looking for them now.
Right.
That's
they want to justify going over there, setting up infrastructure.
That's right.
And
that's all they want to do.
They're going to justify spending $87 billion.
Wow. And I've been telling people for years.
But the Ferguson police can't afford cameras.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Oh, no. Ferguson ain't even got radios in the car.
Hey, listen, we got to take a quick break. When I come back.
In Detroit, they didn't even have gas.
Hey, we got to take a quick break.
Okay.
When I come back, we're going to finish this.
I'm on the wrong show.
This is on right now. We'll be back. Oh!
Let's play a game. If I win, I get a back massage.
If I win, I'm going through your phone.
I got 2 tickets to Thursday.
Yeah, so we did. Yeah.
All right, so I was hit at the last minute with this opportunity to rant, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I want to say this. As people try and speak up for the brothers that, in my opinion, are being taken advantage of on television, you can have an opinion of what Ray Rice did in that elevator, but you can't define who Ray Rice is just from that one incident in the elevator, because no matter what, the woman married him. Adrian Peterson, I haven't seen the pictures that people were telling me about, but I know people get spanked with switches in the South. So all of the women, in my opinion, on social media who pile up on these guys, and when you take up for them, they say, oh, you are for child abuse, or you are for domestic violence. You're wrong. It's just there are people who see it a different way, and we know that they're just piling up on these guys to create a new bad guy. But I do want to say this to all of the ladies out there, and this is really going to make you mad. If you have had an abortion, and most of you have had a few of them, I want you to know that your womb is is more dangerous than that elevator Ray Rice was in. That lady got up. Them kids that you yanked will never get up. So if you've had abortions, you are domestic abuse. And it's about time somebody told you that. You never thought of that, did you? What if they had a talk show where your aborted kids could come back home and speak to you? What would be the name of that show? Hey, evil bitch. So I'm just letting you know, you're not the angel that TV is making you out to be. You've got some $500 duck responsibility things going on in your world. So, hey, think about that. I'm Corey Holcomb.
I have a question for Corey.
Wait a minute.
What?
Now that was a rant.
That
right
was a
there.
rant.
What?
That was a rant.
What happened?
Any questions?
Oh, God.
Abortion isn't child abuse?
Of course it is.
Abortion is the ultimate child abuse.
Wow.
Especially
you might not like the way he says it.
What is the truth?
But let's think
You
about
don't have to defend the truth. Abortion is the ultimate child abuse. Men can't have abortions. So if you really want to do the statistics of abortions, especially in the hood, I would say, this is fucked up to say, the place that's the unsafest in the hood is the womb of a thought. Wow. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Though.
You got a question for him, don't you?
I want to go
Just
back
blew
to
your mind, didn't he?
defining
Just-
Ray Rice. Can we define Ray Rice for punching that woman the way he did?
Yeah, I definitely think that he needs to get some counseling
Cold
because there
cocktail.
is no, in my opinion, there is no excuse for closed fisting a woman.
Right.
You always open hand
Right.
the woman you love, in my opinion.
Right. So when Ray Rice is actually defined by that blow.
Yeah, and that's pretty bad.
Speak to
because
him,
he's
Twinkie.
defined by it.
Don't let him
if he had a whole
verbally
bunch
kick
of,
your ass
Right.
while you
Right.
sitting
Y'all
right
can
right
talk
now.
to
You
me.
getting a
That's
beating
true.
right
I
now.
Let's say
am,
this is
and
your
I
sister
feel bruised
that
and
he
battered.
knocks out.
I got to go see him. But let me tell you something. If my sister still marry him, I'm going
Right.
to let her know
That's true.
that you
Okay.
putting
I agree.
everybody in
In
danger.
jeopardy. Everyone's in
I agree.
jeopardy.
You, me,
Right,
and
right, right.
him. That's what
Right.
that's
But
what
you
the ladies
also,
need to realize.
but you also need to understand that there's a certain amount of Stockholm syndrome involved in a lot of that.
What that
Right.
mean? You got to say Stockholm. syndrome.
Right.
Because
Breaking
we
it
talk
down.
about this a lot, but speak to
Stockholm
this.
syndrome, falling in love with the abuser, thinking
Yes.
that, confusing that
But
with
can't you
love.
make the
Her
same?
daddy
but,
could have been an
but wait,
abuser.
But
Right.
wait, can't you make the
Confusing
same
that.
argument
Yes,
of
for him.
Stockholm syndrome
For men.
for elite blacks who have fallen in love with the white oppressor that this government
Correct.
represents?
Yes.
People
Well,
make
Right? We
excuses
can make
for
that,
what
right?
they do.
You can go back.
You can come up with these
Sally
big
Hemings
words.
could have been, it may not have been love. It could have been Stockholm syndrome.
But
you know?
see,
so I understand
but
that.
see,
Let's
let's
go
just
back
go
to
back
slavery.
into it and let's get
That's a
really.
weak response. Or
Let's just
I'm
go back
saying like
into
when
it.
women say I got Stockholm, what is it called? Stockholm
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome. That's a sweet game right there. People come up with for making excuses for shit they do that's wrong.
Exactly.
Listen, if somebody hits you, it's your natural response to hit them back.
Not if you knocked
And-
out coal on the floor of an elevator.
Okay, but
she
let's
didn't-
well,
she
let's
didn't-
come
she
back.
got-
to have a
She got
response.
spit on before she got on the elevator.
Well,
Is that
let's
right?
right, right. But
She
let's
spit on him.
Well, that's what. No, I saw her actually pass a lick when they
Yeah,
was
when they
passing
was
that
off-
hallway.
off the elevator.
But the women gonna
Yeah.
play the victim all the time. They Stockholm
But they
syndrome.
both
But wait,
victims.
but wait. Let's come
Stockholm
back to this
syndrome.
point. Let's
Oh
come back
my
to this point
God.
because we've done
I'm
extensive
just
shows
I understand
on
what you're saying.
domestic violence, and this is how America. First off, understand. I don't want to give away my talking points for my final thought, but understand. If we don't have enough information as a culture, all we have are our traditional views and beliefs. And they tend to be black and white. There's no
They do.
context,
That's true.
right? There's no
Right.
context. So, when you do the empirical study on domestic violence, there are different levels of it. So as soon as we see something, we automatically, based off of our black and white perspective, say, she crazy for being with that dude. Or he crazy for doing it. And you don't understand the context of what created the situation.
Right.
Right? Not every abuser or not every abusive moment is handed out by a serial abuser. Not everyone.
But hold on.
Right? And most people don't understand that. They haven't done the research
Right.
to
It
know
could
the
be an
difference
isolated
and the
incident
tiers
as opposed
to
to-
understand it. Go
But
ahead.
your mind is being pimped. Let me tell you something. If abortion is child abuse, women are the ultimate child abusers. Especially in this country, if abortion is child abuse.
But I think
now, if you don't
yeah.
look at abortion as child abuse, I guess the guys are the bad guys.
Yeah, but I think
these women who've been yanking.
I think we're misappropriating
need to be
it
called to
because
the front.
Right.
that's not domestic violence. It's a
Right.
different abuse.
Right.
But also, there is really just no excuse for abuse.
Whoa.
Period.
Whoa.
End of story.
On
Women
both sides.
can't hit men.
On both
period.
sides.
And men can't
Right.
put their hands on
Right.
women. It
Right.
can't be done on.
Right.
It's a two-way street.
Have you ever hit a woman?
So Sean, if
I'll
I
give
come
it
to
to you
you
like this, though. I'm going to tell you like this. If that woman jumped all over Ray Rice,
Wow.
punched him or whatever she did, Ray could have made a choice and not got on the elevator. He could have went to the valet parking.
whoa.
He could have gotten his car. You have a choice.
Can I give
Men
you- can I
and
give you-
women have a choice.
First,
That's
let me.
realistic.
First,
I
let me.
have daughters.
Let me.
He better
I
have a
daughter.
choice.
I have a daughter
He
too.
better have a choice, or he gonna deal with Glock.
Magic
hey,
Johnson.
I have a daughter
Magic
too.
Johnson said something about Ray Rice being whatever, but Magic Johnson brought that package home to his wife. What was worse?
That's abuse too.
Exactly.
That's another.
Everybody's
That's
a
another
hypocrite,
kind-
man.
Everybody's
Everybody's
Right,
a
but see, the
Yeah, I'm
birth
with you on
of the
that.
birth of hypocrisy is black and white thinking. It's absolute thinking. This is the